Tonight's game is brought to you by Davis Comfort Solutions, providing residential and commercial HVAC installation, repair, and maintenance in Central Indiana. Day-and-Get Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. Eagles, number 976, people helping people. And by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Mulberry Telecommunications and their Mintel Fiber Optic Services, offering the best gig in town, and the Farmers Bank. Let's grow. Welcome to today's pregame show, brought to you by Day-and-Get Funeral Home. Day-and-Get Funeral Home, putting family first. Alongside my broadcast partner, the great Jared Thomas, I'm John Cupo. And Jared, we have got two teams here today. We're going to play back-to-back doubleheader. It's the Carroll Cougars hosting the Clinton Prairie Gophers, both on the girls' and boys' side. And let's start with the girls, who we're going to see first here. Tip off in just a few minutes. When you look on paper, you see the Carroll Cougars 15-3. They got a 14-game winning streak at home, playing great basketball. They got two of the best in Division 1A, and Allie Harness and Madison Wagner. And then Clinton Prairie. You look at the stats, you look at everything. But, Jared, you've been here before. You've been on both sides of the ticket. Clinton Prairie could come in here and really ruffle some feathers against these Cougars, get a couple baskets in early, and really start a process of maybe put a little road bump in the Cougars' trip to these sectionals.
I'm sure the Gophers have paid attention to the stat sheets and all of the success that the Cougars have had, and have saw there have been times, even going back to their last game against McCutcheon, for Carroll that is, they find themselves in positions where they allow the little things to be left behind them. They don't always do it. They don't always execute consistently. And for the Gophers, if they can find a way to stay in the game, to score some points, I think they would have to like their chances in this game. Although this is a phenomenal Cougar team, starting with Allie Harness. Second fiddle would be Madison Wagner, and then Lainey Johnson, and on down the line of all of the players that contribute to all of their success.
Well, it's a possible 32 minutes, maybe 5 minutes more, but someone's got to go home with victory today. So let's present our keys to victory, brought to you by JM Marketing and their mobile charging stations, offering your business the opportunity to easily reach a wide range of local consumers at different strategic locations. Learn more at jmmarketinggroup.com.
And to start, the first thing is going to be little things, and that's for Carroll. In their game against McCutcheon, they were actually up for 10-point advantage in their favor for a few minutes in that game, and they end up losing that game. And even going back to Delphi, the game that I had with them, there were a couple times defensive assignments weren't being executed, and all of those little things that I've already talked about weren't all the way locked in, and they didn't always execute. And then for Clinton Prairie, it's all about offense. They found themselves in some games where they don't even get to the 30-point mark, but the games that they eclipse that 30-point mark, they actually play pretty well, even if it doesn't equate to a victory. And then this is now or never. We're getting to the last stages of this women's basketball season. And as you go into this latter part of the season, finishing up, getting ready for the postseason, how you've played and finished the season is going to say a lot about your team as you go into the postseason.
These are mirror records of each other. Carroll Cougars at 15-3, the Clinton Prairie Gophers at 3-15, but Carroll coming off a loss against McCutcheon just this past Tuesday, 56-49, but the Gophers, nice 20-point win on Tuesday against the Vikings, a North White. And so a little bit of momentum that could help the Gophers in this one. We'll see how that one plays out. Our officials, brought to you by, presented by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. You see John Finke there, Patrick Dumoulin, and Steve Hoffman will be doing the honors tonight. We got to thank all of our officials. Please, if you have any interest in helping these athletes, they can't play the games without officials, but there's 20-some-odd sports that they can participate in. If you like what you see, if it's an interest in doing, please go to ihsaa.org, look around, help these kids out, because without them, they can't play. So we really appreciate what the officials do for us on a nightly basis.
As you said, there's always going to be a demand for officials. Whether we like what they call or we don't like what they call, at the end of the day, there's always a need. So give them their flowers when you can. And if you would like to participate, as you said, go to the website and sign up.
As a player, I'm sure you've never had a tussle with a ref of course not.
Those things don't exist.
The zebras, you didn't even see them. No holding penalties or anything. That was all. It was all hands up. No jersey whatsoever.
There you go.
Jared, world-class lineman over at Northwestern. A heck of a job playing professional ball out in Seattle, right?
Merger happening right now, so in the midst of a lot of transition.
That's right. The USFL and the USL explain that to me, because I'd like the audience to know that I am working with a true athlete here in the off season. He likes to come help us out at ISC, so it's a beautiful thing. But why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your football background?
For those that have been paying attention to spring football the last couple of years, the USFL owned by Fox, the XFL owned by The Rock, and Danny Garcia and Redbird Capital have in the last few weeks merged their respective leagues together, and it now will be called the UFL, the United Football League. And all they did was take a few teams from each league, make those the separate conferences, and that's when you're going to have your 8-team spring football league. For now, the third year going pretty strong. So where I'll be playing hasn't been determined yet, but in the coming weeks I should know something.
Probably exciting for you, huh? You waiting for that phone call, or teams all around the country. Is it not Birmingham, Alabama, where they play?
It'll be based in Arlington, Texas.
Arlington, Texas. Okay. Okay, well, obviously they do things bigger in Texas, so it's no surprise that they're going to have the home base there. So
that probably explains why they have 3 of the teams.
That would probably do a lot of justice for that. So we're getting ready for a Gophers-Cougars showdown. And we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll see tip-off just in a few minutes right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
Some see a student-athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student-athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Davis Comfort Solutions.
At Davis Comfort Solutions Heating and Cooling, the name says it all. Davis Comfort Solutions will keep you comfortable all season long with 2 locations, Fowler and Colfax. They service most of central Indiana.
We've got the air necessities, great service and efficiencies, bringing peace and comfort to your life.
DavisComfortSolutions.com.
Back on the campus at Carroll High School for a showdown, dual showdown. Great Ernie Banks said, let's play 2, and God darn it, we're going to do it tonight. The Carroll Cougars hosting the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Going to start out with the girls' game at 6 o'clock tip-off. You see the cheerleaders doing their thing there for the Gophers. Coming to this one at 3-15, but as we mentioned, Jared coming off a nice 20-point victory against the Vikings in North White this past Tuesday, 48-28. But you did mention in the pregame show, brought to you by Day and Getting a Funeral Home, is that they have a little trouble scoring the basketball. It's almost as if they spread it out. There's a lot of different scorers that can do it. It's just who is really going to step up. I mean, their leading scorer, Hiley Wilson, Endor Taylor Morgan, about 7 a night. But who's going to be that person to really pick it up? Because it's scoring single digits in this one to keep up with Carroll. Someone's really going to have to push the basketball.
I don't think that they can't score the ball. I think the style of play that they have, that Cale Morris hangs his hat on, coaching these Gophers to victory, is just a slug-it-out type of game. They're going to play a lot of defense. They're going to make sure they make it hard as best they can for opposing teams, which honestly, with an 8-minute clock, you already don't have that much time to begin with. But then when you get into these games where defense is the #1 priority and it's the race to see how many stops you can get and not how many points you can score, I think that's what is the tale about those offensive statistics that you were just reading off.
And then you go to a Carroll Cougars side, and clearly the objective is to stop number 2, Allie Harness, and number 5, Madison Wagner. But if you do it to those two, you're going to have someone coming off an torn ACL last year who they missed tremendously, but she's back in the starting lineup, number 10, Lady Johnson. So you basically have a three-headed monster on their offensive side.
As you said, having 3 of anything for any sports team is usually going to provide some benefit. But for Lainey Johnson, I think she's the perfect person for that third position, for that third head on that 3-headed monster that you were just talking about, because I feel like she's a consummate veteran, and she's always going to be in the right place. She's always going to do the right things, and I think that's a perfect compliment when she has 2 all-stars in Harness and in Wagner.
This is a Hoosier Heartland Conference game, but it means a little bit more for Carroll as they're tied right now, and we'll see. I think it's Taylor, but they're tied for first place, and they have 2 remaining against Eastern and Tri-Central, both away games. So they need this one to keep competitive in the Hoosier Heartland, but as we'll keep repeating throughout this entire game, is that Clinton Prairie is really playing for all the chips on the table. They're pushing them all in. They have nothing to lose but have everything to gain by stealing one here at Carroll.
You further explained why I said now or never. It could be how are you going to perform the rest of the season. But for Carroll, it could be about, yeah, we can talk about conference regular season championships, but I think it really comes down to getting another sectional championship, because I think this is the year. Allie Harness, Madison Wagner, Lainey Johnson, all of those key pieces that they have, it's their time to make a run past the sectional that they haven't been to in victory since the 2022 season. And so this is their last hurrah as a group together to get that done.
And you can see the starters on the floor. Starters brought to you by Ardente Dental. Healthy Smiles start here. And we're ready for tip-off here on the campus of Carroll High School. Jared Thomas, John Cupo on ISC, and we are underway into the possession of Clinton Prairie. So the Cougars with the first possession. They're going to work the top of the three-point area. They'll shoot it across. Here's Emma Nash. She'll run the offense. Wheelover down the lane, kicks it out on the line. Long off the back iron, but good offensive rebound by Hailey Wilson. She'll kick it back out. 3-ball. Back iron no good. Another offensive rebound. Active on the glass. Abby Swan couldn't pick it up. Now in possession of the Cougars. Long 3. Missed everything and out of bounds.
They were finally able to corral that rebound, get down into offensive transition, and find some rhythm offensively. Wagner can shoot it from that distance, so the Gophers will definitely have to be keyed in on her anytime she's out on the perimeter.
Little full court pressure, and it's going to be a tie-up, and that's going to go in the way of Carroll.
Allie Harness is known for her scoring and headed to Western Michigan to do all of those great things that she does on the offensive end of the floor, but that's an underrated part of her game. Getting steals, getting in the passing lane, providing a defensive presence.
And Haven Wilson got in that passing lane to knock it away. It'll be inbound for the Cougars. And Harness will run the offense, and she'll swing it. And this is what the Cougars will do. Patience. Here's a 3-ball. Back iron no good. Rebound by Abby Swan. Needs some help. And that ball thrown away. And another turnover for the Gophers.
This is exactly what the Cougars did to the Delphi Oracles. They pressured them, understanding that the Oracles had a high tendency to turn the ball over. So they extended that defensive presence, and you saw equating to turnovers.
This ball swung around. Here's Harness in the lane. Kick out to Wagner. Now Lainey Johnson into the lane. Gets tied up, and we'll have another jump ball, and that's going to go Clinton Prairie's way.
jump balls and turnovers. Those are almost like offensive points at this point to start this game.
So who's going to be the first to break the 0-0 tie? Break the press here, and that falls to the ground. Well, will that be a travel? Yeah, it's a travel. Just waiting for the call there. And so we have another turnover. And we're just over a minute 30 into this one, and no points on the board so far. Who's going to break that trend? And slapped away by Abby Swan on the skip pass from Harness. And that actually went off Lainey Johnson there, so that's pretty impressive.
An offensive juggernaut to start this game. Offensive rebound, jump ball, turnover, jump ball, turnover, and then another turnover.
And we have a turnover there. Here's Johnson. Puts it up, and that's going to be a block, and Lainey Johnson has a chance to break this tie at the free throw stripe.
Didn't really get a chance to see Lainey in action that much against the Oracles, but happy to see her back in the lineup. I know she faced a huge injury last year that's been sort of a setback, but happy to see her get involved early.
And she breaks the tie and gets the first bucket of the game. And back iron no good on the second, so she splits the pair. And the Cougars with another turnover. Harness down to Wagner. Posts up, off backboard, good.
And a heads-up play by Harness, attracting that defense to her and then dropping it off for Maddie, allowing her to go for that big-time finish.
So a turnover and then another turnover. So, Jared, we have more turnovers than we have points so far between the two. 3-0.
It's a recipe to something. I guess we just have
good
to wait
drive
and see.
into the lane, just couldn't finish. Another offensive rebound and a scrum on the floor. It'll go up again, and that'll go Carroll's way. So a basketball game is going to happen at some point here. We're having a little trouble getting things going here early. And another scrum. That's a jump ball, and this is going to go in favor of the Gophers.
You just cannot make these things up. Who would have thought that in a game with such high offensive attacks with Harness and Wagner and a couple of the things that the Gophers do, we'd be sitting at 3-0 and so many offensive turnovers, jump balls.
And I can greatly appreciate the soccer reference on that 3-0. Proud of that, as ISC will be hosting another turnover. So Harness pulls up, corner jumper, got it.
That's what she does. Gets to that mid-range, knocks it down with the sweet-looking jump shot.
So Kale Morris on the turnover calls a timeout because about a 19-foot jumper by Allie Harness, and we have 5-0. 3 minutes into this one. And Jared, I don't know if it's we're late in the season, we're trying to get the engine going or whatnot, but so far we do not have a very clean basketball game in front of us at only 5-0.
I think it's the 6 o'clock start time. Everyone's used to 7 or 7:30, and to adjust and orient yourselves for an earlier start time, we'll blame it on that, at least right now at this moment in time. But we'll wait and see if there's a shift in the sentiments that we've been seeing so far.
And one thing that Clinton Prairie, now they've seen the press, and the turnovers have happened when they try to dribble through that press. They need to pass through the press in order to break it, so they're not getting the turnover, and that's where the turnovers have come. So the Cougars are going to continue with that pressure.
The silver lining in what you just said, they try to dribble through instead of pass. Right before that dribble, they turn and just start running. Instead of turn, look what the defense is giving you, and then get your way out of it.
3 ball, got it. So Sadie Wheeler drills a 3, cuts the lead to 2. Here's a 3 ball. Johnson, front iron, no good. Rebound by Swan, and she'll get it into the hands of Wilson. Wilson down the lane, right hand. Good penetration and got fouled.
2 back-to-back quality offensive possessions. If there was a three-point shooter on this Gopher team that the ball needed to be in that person's hands, Sadie Wheeler is not a bad option. Tied for 9 threes on the season for this Gophers team. And then Wilson, her and her sister, constantly contributing high-quality plays to the Gophers and how their team operates on a game-to-game fashion.
So Wilson misses the front end of the 2-shot penalty. We'll try to cut this to a 1-point lead, a 5-4, 4:25 left here in the first quarter. And in and out. And the Cougars will push. They're going to swing it to the hands of Harness. Pulls it back out. Good defense. Long 3-ball. And long rebound, and that one's up in the air and finally collected by the Gophers. So, Jared, the Gophers probably settle for that all evening long. She can make it, but shot that they'll settle for.
She can make it, but she started that game against McCutcheon with 4 threes all by her lonesome, as some of our peers like to say here at the IC Sports Network. So can't give her too much space.
Side out for the Gophers, 5-3. That ball almost knocked away, but back in the hands of Haley Wilson. She gets into the lane, kicks it out, 3-ball. And that hit the front iron and rebounds back and into the hands of Harness up ahead to Wagner. She'll pull it out. And that ball on the ground. We're going to have another jump ball.
There has to be some type of record for amount of jump balls in the first quarter alone.
We can see if our ISC sports crew has the stats on that, how many jump balls in the first quarter of one of our broadcasts. We'd love to see that stat.
It started as a head-scratcher. Now it's just kind of become sort of a fun game.
Foot on the line, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound by Saltz. Troubled a little bit into the hands of Harness. She'll step back. Here's Justice back, long 3-ball, and she got it. Channeling her inner Damian Lillard on that racket.
She has that range.
With the steal, and then she puts that in. So Allie Harness with 5 points in about 3 seconds. Gives the Cougars a 7-point lead, and then another turnover. So the advantage is 7. Down low to Saltz. Just worked the paint, and she got it.
Saltz does a little bit of everything for the Cougars. If you need her to go crash the offensive glass, she's already done that. You need her to put in a timely bucket on the baseline. As we saw, she can do that as well, just always in the right place at the right time.
And the pressure of the Cougars is now really bothering the Gophers. That ball was blocked. Just trying to find some offense. Wheelover trying, kicks it back out. Haven Wilson tried to save it, but we'll have an over and back, and another turnover for the Gophers.
And another turnover forced by that Cougar defense because of the suffocating defense that they're playing. They're in man-to-man, but it starts with the press. So they're starting to put the pressure on them early and then not giving up any leeway as they transition into that half court.
And you can see Harness, she just wants to pop it whenever. Here's a 3-ball. Pocket 3, good.
The 2-to-5 connection is always alive and well, and it's always available.
The lead has ballooned to 12, and another turnover. Saltz ends up with it. Now in the hands of Wagner. Harness, she'll shoot a 3. My goodness. So Harness already in double digits with 10. There's a steal. Wagner, she got fouled on the way to the rim.
The last game I had with the Cougars, it was against the Oracles, as I've already said, and I felt like their offensive rhythm to start that game was a little bit out of sorts. But this game, it feels like they're clicking on all cylinders, and everyone is shooting it from far and wide, and it's going down.
I think you were right, Jared. That 6 o'clock start time kind of threw things off, but then it got to 6:05, and that's when things really started to heat up. So it just took 5 minutes for the Cougars to get going, and boy, have they ballooned the lead to 15 now. But Wagner misses the front end of the 2-shot penalty. She'll try to get the second one here.
But for the Gophers, so many other teams this year that the Carroll Cougars have played, you cannot get into a turnover bout with them because they will make you pay. And it's not that they've built this lead just off the back of half-court execution. It's been off the back of so many turnovers by the Gophers, so look for them to clean that up.
So the Gophers now into the forecourt, and that's another turnover.
Unforced errors, things that aren't even a credit to the defensive prowess. Just dropping the ball, turning and running before you actually see what the defense is giving you. Those are all self-inflicted wounds.
Down low looking for O'Brien, but tipped away, and good defense there from the Gophers. They need a bucket here, get some momentum. Into the lane. Top of the 3. Hailey Wilson off the backboard, got it.
She knows how to score basketball. Getting some
and real quick down
going.
Low. Jillian Saltz answers on the nice cross pass down in the paint. Puts it off the glass. She's got 4. Lead back to 16. Here's Wilson again. Nice pass. Just Emma Nash just didn't quite turn quick enough on the nice look from Wilson. So another turnover.
But it's off of the Hailey Wilson action at the top of the key, pick and roll, being an offensive creator, getting the ball to her teammates.
And Jillian Saltz on the finish on the nice penetration from Lainey Johnson. So now the lead is 18, just under about 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. And we have another penalty. I should say turnover. Tonight's game brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, number 976, serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort.
I'm sure you could guess who was able to knock it down.
And I heard it.
From the tray ball
and
distance.
Our PA announcer did a wonderful job of helping me out on that call. So Harness makes it a 21-point advantage. She leads all scores with 13. We'll take a break. It's the Cougars over the Gophers by 21 here on the ISC Sports Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Tonight's game brought to you by Dangana Funeral Homes. If you experienced a loss or are planning in advance, we're here for each step of the way. Planning a funeral is an emotional and sometimes overwhelming thing, and having the right information can make things easier. At Dangana Funeral Home, it is our mission to serve families in their time of need and welcome any questions you may have. For more information about the services Dangana Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandgenda.com. Back on the campus at Carroll High School, the Cougars have gotten it out to a 21-point advantage, 26-5 against the Clinton Prairie Gophers, alongside my broadcast partner Jared Thomas. John Cupo along with you for a doubleheader here. We'll have the boys after this one. Here's Wilson. She's been the most dangerous offensive asset. Here's a three ball at the top. Off front iron, no good. Rebound tracked down by Saltz. And Harness is going to push the basketball. She'll get in the lane. Off backboard, no good. Rebound collected by, let's see. That was Tillman. Here's a long three. In and out, no good. Backside rebound, there's going to be a push. That might be on Jamila Tillman. And it is. That's her second.
Tillman came in and gave the Cougars quality minutes just a week ago. Unfortunate to see her kind of get into that foul trouble to start this game. But I know at some point in time it'll break for her and she'll start to positively contribute again.
Haven Wilson. Now they'll try to reset the offense. Hiley Wilson up top. Guarded by Wagner. No swing. Here's a three ball. Back iron, no good. And the long rebound collected by Tillman and into the hands of Harness. Johnson for three. In and out, no good. Backside rebound, no good. Again, Tillman working hard underneath the boards, and she'll go to line for two.
Not shying away from that contact, making her presence known down low, in foul trouble, but still being aggressive on the offensive glass.
At Davis Comfort Solutions, we understand that your comfort is important. We want you to be comfortable with every aspect of our service, along with having a team of highly experienced technicians. Davis Comfort Solutions will strive to be your go-to when it comes to your home, shop, or business heating and cooling needs. We are devoted to keeping our customer families comfortable and at ease when it comes to their climate-controlled home or business. Visit us online at daviscomfortsolutions.com for a location near you. Tillman gets a second end of the two-shot penalty. The lead is 22. She's got her first points of the evening. And the Gophers caught in the press again. And that was off of Wagner.
The Gophers have to find someone to flash to the middle of that 1-2-2 press in the open gaps and provide an outlet so they don't get stuck in that backcourt trying to get the ball across the half-court line.
Swan trying to get something, working the two-man game with Haven Wilson. That ball tipped away. And that one too, but back in the hands of – here's a three ball. Corner pocket three, got it. Abby Swan nails a triple.
She's all county for a reason. The Times Player of the Year. Sister is a big-time volleyball player at Davenport University, D2 school up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Sports runs through their family, and we see why.
Good look down low to Tillman. She tried to put it up and drew the foul. So 3 fouls on Haven Wilson. And now send Tillman to the line again. This is the first. The coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma, encouraging policy system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Tillman misses both, but Harness ends up with the rebound. Long skip pass cross to Wagner. Triple, got it.
At this point, it's almost comedic what Harness can do on the court night in and night out. Not the tallest in stature, but skies in for the rebound, and then just a little hook pass to the corner to her buddy Madison Wagner to knock down the tray ball.
So Wagner's got 9. Harness leading all scores with 13. The lead is 22. And the Cougars just Gophers trying to find something on the offensive end. And we'll have yet another jump ball. I don't know, Jared. We haven't seen one of those in about 2 minutes, so I was getting a little worried there. So finally we got one. I'll go in the favor of Carroll.
Record.
So 30-8. Harness with the long skip pass. This one knocked away. Down in the hands of Tillman. She'll get it back to Harness. Down low, Tillman. And a little soccer down there and kicked out.
Harness just so smart. She sees that everyone was overloaded, and as soon as the ball got swung to her, they were going to shift back to Tillman, who was sitting in the corner. Right then and there, that's when the other pass back to where that defensive shifted from was open. Just wasn't able to capitalize with the feed down low.
And our officials talked it over, and they felt it was off of the Cougars. So Gophers basketball over the timeline into the forecourt. Now triple team. I don't even have to say it. It'll be Gophers basketball.
Jump ball.
We're familiar with that signal right now. I think everybody at home can see when the two thumbs go up. I can remain quiet. Into the backcourt, almost swiped away, but saved by Hailey Wilson. All the way to the corner. Here's a three ball. In and out, no good. Now the kick out. Harness. Into the lane. Corner jumper. No good, back iron. Into the hands of Johnson. And Emily Justice and Abby Swan got tied up.
And a funky landing by Swan there, went into the splits. I saw an Indiana Pacer, Tyrese Halliburton, do the same thing earlier this week, but his result was a little bit different, so just shows you how athletic and nimble these girls are out here playing this high school basketball game.
Tonight's game brought to you by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank carpet installation and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. The ball turned over again. Wagner leading the charge into the lane. Little Euro step off the backboard and good. So Wagner now in double digits with 11.
Just in a way, getting away from traffic, just like she's headed to Trine University, eluding all of the nonsense and getting a nice finish at the rim.
Harness wide open. 16 points.
It's not that she's doing it, scoring super easily and quickly anytime she gets the ball. It's how she's doing it. From long range, from right at the three-point line, in transition. Western Michigan has to be lucky and feel pretty confident that they're getting Allie Harness's services.
Well, she continues her charge. She's been Carroll's all-time leading scorer for quite a while. She keeps adding to that total. It'll be a long while before anybody catches her, and she's still got a lot of basketball to play this season. Wagner got it.
Shooting practice at this point. And they're just playing hopscotch. Harness, you get a three, Wagner, then it becomes your turn. Go knock it down.
And it's good down low basketball. They just shift it down. They get a little pressure down low, kick it out for wide open three balls, and they're hitting them.
Just playing off of each other. That's what it's all about. That's what it should be. As soon as the defense does one thing, you come back and counter with another.
The lead is 30. 3:24 left here in the second quarter. And Hailey Wilson will inbound this. It's been a rough year for Clinton Prairie, but not used to, I mean, it hasn't been a long time. We understand that sectionals are coming up, but it's only been 2 seasons. They did win 2 years ago in 2022, their sectional. So they are used to winning a lot. Some of these girls were on that team, and they have the ability. It's just that really the Cougars have came to play today. They're hitting everything as Harness just gets the easy roll to the lane. Now she's up to 18 points.
Well, Kel Morris is their third coach in as many years. It started with Amy Anthrop, and now she's on with Katie Gerald serving in the operations for the Purdue women's team. And then it was longtime coach for the boys and Jeff Henley. And now with Kel Morris, there's been a sort of an adjustment for the Gophers to figure out what is it that they do well and how can that equate to actually winning games.
And as you saw in your picture, as Jared was giving his breakdown there, Allie Harness for another 2. So she's at 20.
Before this game, she was tied for 57th all time in the state of Indiana for women's historical scoring. And that was a tie with Shira Eli, who I happen to know, family friend of mine. Ty Harris, who played at Heritage Christian, was drafted a top 10 pick to the Dallas Wings just a few years ago, who I happen to know as well, and Stacey Stevens. They were all tied at 57 for a little over 2,000 points for 2,004 points. And if she continues on this track, she might be able to work her way into 2,100 just by today alone if she keeps scoring at the rapid clip that she is.
So with that bucket, the lead extends to 36. Now in high school basketball, once the lead gets to 35, going into the second half, the clock will continue to run in the second half. And we're at 36 currently as the Cougars lead the Gophers 44-8. Just under 2 minutes left. And that right into the hands of Saltz. She'll direct the traffic. And good hustle there by Michaela Tillman, but into the hands of the Gophers. And here's Wilson now, really the only offense that the Gophers have had this evening. Here's Emma Nash. Here's a jumper. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound by the Cougars. Now over the timeline into the forecourt. It's Olivia Schroeder. And good anticipation there on the steal. Can she go to length of the court? She does. So Taylor Morgan read it. Got all the way to the cup, got fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2.
She actually has been leading this team in total points all season. As a freshman, that is really, really remarkable. And if there are no plays being made down on your end, then go make a play. Get in the defensive pass lanes and get yourself to the free throw line.
And just hit about everything except the bottom of the net. So she'll get another shot, see if she can get on the board. And she gets that one. So it's 44-9, 35-point advantage. Wagner into the lane. Got it over to Michaela Tillman, the sophomore. She went up, got fouled. So she'll get sent to the line for 2.
Not just in this game, but in both games, we have a lot of family connections. The Tillman sisters for the Cougars, obviously the Wilson sisters for the Gophers, and even a little bit more as we venture into that second game with the guys.
Oh, wait till we get to the guys. I mean, wait till we get to the boys.
Do we have a treat for everyone when we break that family tree down?
And Tillman gets on the board. So just under a minute. So the foul, that'll send Wilson to the line. Let us be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gigabyte speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at www.mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net, or call 765-296-2885 for more information. And Wilson can't hit that one. So the lead, there's a turnover. Numbers up ahead. Oh, and blocked from behind. Good recovery defense from Olivia Schroeder. Ava Shockley had a lane, and Schroeder came out of nowhere. Blocked her from behind. The ball stayed in bounds.
That was an amazing effort by Shockley. She ran the floor, got out ahead of the ball handler, didn't get the finish, but then beat Allie Harness to the ground. Who's going to be the first to hit the ground when it's your turn to make a play? And Shockley did, and she was rewarded.
And she hits the side iron, so she'll get another shot, see if she can get on the board. Back iron no good. Rebound Harness. She'll kick out just a little bit too hard for Wagner, and you won't see that very often. A little miscommunication there between number 2 and 5.
Not too many times that they're not on the same page, but I think Harness trying to throw it to an area to test out that Wagner. I heard she runs a like 4.540. I don't know that for sure. I'm just
we're throwing stuff out there. I mean, we're guesstimating on this. 20 seconds into the lane. I think Wagner may have got a little bit of that basketball. It's going to stay with the Gophers. 16.7 left on the clock. Wilson trying to get it in. That was close, and that's a turnover. Wagner controlling the offense, gets to the hands of Harness. Step back three, in and out, no good. Rebound Wilson. Got to hurry, 4 seconds. Got to put it up. Didn't see the clock, runs out of time. Had a little run in with Allie Harness there, but so at the break, The lead is 36, 45-9 for the Carroll Cougars over the Clinton Prairie Gophers. We'll be back with the Davis Comfort Solutions halftime show right after this on the ISC Sports Network.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
As a healthcare facility, providing top-notch care should be your number one goal. However, patient experience and overall satisfaction should be a top priority as well. You see, in addition to your patients, you also have an obligation to the family and friends who attend appointments, sit for hours in waiting rooms, or spend days at your facility awaiting a loved one to be discharged. The last thing that they want or need to be concerned about is how or where to charge their cell phone, tablet, or smart device when trying to keep loved ones up to date. This is where JM Marketing comes in. Our fully customizable charging station allows you to promote your facility or patient portals while providing a courtesy to those who spend time in your facility. Our charging stations provide full speed, multi-device charging capabilities while utilizing energy-efficient technology. And the best part? They charge nearly 100% of devices. They fit anywhere and go everywhere. A simple yet practical way to enhance the overall experience you provide, and that is a reason for everyone to celebrate. For more information, contact sales at JM Marketing to get plugged in today.
Still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable.
Touchdown. Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
On the campus, Carroll High School, it's the Cougars hosting the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Tonight's halftime show brought to you by Davis Comfort Solutions. Contact the experts at Davis Comfort Solutions at davidcomfortsolutions.com to find a solution that's right for you. And Jared, you can see the score right there. Cougars hold a 36-point advantage over the Gophers. And if you're Coach Cale Morris, take your young athletes into the locker room at this point. I don't think there's really something you can say. You can't get 36 back in one basket. You're not going to be able to do that. At this point, I think it's more of a pride thing. You have been on this end a couple times in your playing career. So what is your coach telling you at this point?
It's not even about looking at the scoreboard because, as you said, that 36-point deficit isn't within reach with one shot or one possession. What you do have to do is find something that you didn't do very well in the game in the first half and correct it in the second. So you can leave this game, whatever happens, whatever the score is, feeling good that you were able to at least get better at something by the time the clock's hit zero.
And now let's go to the other side of the locker room, the home locker room. Your coach, Brady Wiles, you've seen your team up 36 points. You're playing great basketball. You're shooting lights out from the three ball. You're getting a lot of buckets in the paint, and the turnover margin is so wide right now. You're playing that pressure defense. Do you call off the dogs, or do you keep the gas? Do you keep the foot on the gas pedal?
I don't know if it's about calling off the dogs as it's about let's continue to execute. Let's continue to try and play to a perfect styled game to the best of our ability, because truth be told, at some point in time in their season, whether it be chasing that conference championship in the regular season or as they venture into the playoffs, they're going to find and run into a team that may be bigger than them, that may be more skilled than them, and they have to figure out a way to consistently do all of the little things. And what a great opportunity then to do that in a game like this where you're already ahead with a sizable margin, just continue to hone in on those small details, because those are the things that will propel your team to that next stratosphere from good to great.
The Cougars holding first place in the Hoosier Heartland Conference, and they've got 2 remaining games against Eastern and Tri-Central, both away games. And big night, though, for the Clinton Prairie Gophers. They're going to celebrate their senior night, something to look forward to for the seniors on this team. Emma Nash and Haven Wilson and Katie Marcinko. It'll be January 26th when the boys host Clinton Central. So something to look forward to, those 3 seniors. We mentioned the 2022 sectional championship. Those 3 young athletes were a part of that team, so congratulations to them. Something to look forward to. And something for us to look forward to, some halftime highlights when we come back at the halftime show on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Back on campus, Carroll High School. Some halftime highlights brought to you by Mintel Fiber, the fast highlights for 36-point advantage. And a lot of these are going to be courteous of the Carroll Cougars. And Jared, it's really been the pressure on defense. It's really been their opportunities to go down low and outside basketball. The Cougars pretty much doing it all from all aspects on the court.
It started as a turnover fest, and then it was about who can turn those turnovers into points. And as you saw there, Allie Harness getting the party started, but it was all in their suffocating defense. We seeing a Gopher rare 3 in that first half go down for them. I believe they only make 2 of them, but this is all where the game happened in that first half. It was Allie Harness and it was Madison Wagner, and they were almost going back and forth, and it works really well. And I think those 2 are going to take this team far distances, at least this year, with them in their last year as seniors.
And one thing we did see that Clinton Prairie was able to do, and it kind of got lost in that first half because of the large lead that you see, but Hailey Wilson, the junior, was able to get in the lane and cause some ruckus when she got down there. Now finishing, she didn't get many opportunities, only has the 2 points, but she was able to get down there, got the lane a couple times, didn't hit her free throws, but maybe something to open up, something that maybe Cale Morris have seen for the second half. Get Wilson in the lane, maybe kick out that 3, because Sadie Wheeliver and both Abby Swan hit 3s in the pocket. So something to think about for Coach Cale Morris.
Sometimes the end justifies the means. The end of this, we see so many turnovers by the Gophers, but as you said, Wilson was able to get into the paint. So imagine if they were able to, as I said, go into halftime, correct those mistakes that were turnovers, turn those into positive possessions, put the ball into Wilson's hands, and see where it gets them offensively in the second half.
We'll take one more break. We'll see if the Gophers can make sort of a run against the powerful Carroll Cougars here on the ISC Sports Network.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need two things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, Look Back options, and Pause Live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers call 765-296-2885 for your free upgrade. New customers visit Mintel.net to sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Our game brought to you by Davis Comfort Solutions, providing residential and commercial HVAC installation, repair, and maintenance in Central Indiana. After this one, both teams going to hit the road. The Gophers will head out to Frankfort to take on the Hot Dogs on Tuesday, January 16th. And also on Tuesday, the Cougars face the Comets at Eastern. Both tip-off at 7:30. And Carroll starts with the basketball. We should have a running clock here, up by 36. Back iron, no good. Rebound. And that ball no good. Rebound by Wagner. Voted the #1 best venue in the Midwest, Willow Creek is conveniently located outside of Frankfort, Indiana, with easy access to Lafayette, Zionsville, Noblesville, and Carmel. Their 1800s historic rustic barn is situated on 8 acres, providing an all-natural, picturesque setting for the barn wedding you have always dreamt about. The barn at Willow Creek offers more than just an enchanted setting for your big day, but provides an unforgettable experience for you, your family, and friends. Schedule your tour today. Visit us online at thewillowcreekbarn.com. So Salt's got the bucket to increase the lead to 38. There's a 3-ball front iron, no good. And off the back, we'll find it. And not a jump ball. So down the lane with the left, no good. Bothered by Harness. Now Wagner will push. Up ahead to Johnson. Left hand. Got it.
The off-leg finish, too. The nice feed from Wagner. Then the off-leg finish by Laney Johnson, giving some quality minutes in tonight's contest.
So the lead 40. Long three. Got it. Taylor Morgan.
There's a reason that she leads this team in three-point shots made. 17 on the season, making that number 18. She's got a sweet stroke from deep.
Wagner with the basketball. They're going to swing it around. Now to Harness. Down low. Pass a little heavy. Stoltz kicks it out. Now back in the hands of Harness. And Justice took a little bit too many steps. Dine in or carry out. The South Fork restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials. Fresh, never frozen whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 8:30. Come join us at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, Indiana, or visit southforkpub.com for our latest menu options. Driving to the lane off back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Wagner. Up ahead, nice look to Justice, and she finishes. Oh, that was Jillian Saltz up ahead. So now she gets 12. So now you have 3 Cougars in double digits.
One thing I found about this Cougar offense is somebody is always going to be the benefactor of easy buckets. A week ago against Delphi, it was Jamila Tillman. And this week it's Jillian Saltz. They just flip-flop roles.
Well, Jared, something we talked about. It's Hailey Wilson going to the line. She penetrated, got in the lane, got fouled. So see if she can connect on these 2 free throws. Lead at 39. And off the front iron, no good.
But in my eyes, for the Gophers, this is already a much cleaner start to a half. Haven't really turned the ball over, have been able to get into the paint, knock down a three-pointer for Morgan things are trending in the right direction when we talk about how are you performing coming out of halftime.
Missed everything there, so the lead stays at 39. Tonight's game brought to you by Frankfurt Eagles, number 976. Serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. That ball missed and collected by Hailey Wilson. So the Gophers just looking for anything offensively. It's been Taylor Morgan with the 3 here in the second half. As Jared mentioned, a little bit cleaner basketball to start out. Good look down low, kicked away. Here's Morgan into the lane. Little Euro step left-hander, no good. Had a look, but Harness comes up with it. Skip pass. Justice on the line. Front iron, no good. Wagner down there to collect it. Got the rebound, no good. Salt's got it. Now into the hands of Harness. Wagner, she'll kick it back out. Lainey Johnson, front iron, no good. And chased down by Sadie Wheelover. So pretty good defense there from the Cougars. There's a long pass down low, but a little bit too hot for Emma Nash. Tonight's game brought to you by Dangana Funeral Homes. The families we serve are not just our clients, they're our neighbors and friends. Just as each life follows its own path, deciding how you'd like to be remembered and honor your loved one is truly a personal journey. Whether you prefer a simple private gathering, full traditional funeral, cremation, or a non-traditional service, we'll assist you with all of your options. For information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandgenda.com. Rebound back iron. Put in by, oh, that didn't go in. And that's going to stay with the Gophers. And just coming up on 3 minutes here in the third quarter.
The Cougars doing a very nice job, not always getting the steals, but getting their hands in the passing lanes, creating deflections. That is a real thing. There may not be a statistical category for deflections, but they impact basketball games.
Wilson in the lane. Went underneath, couldn't get it. 3 ball, got it. And they gave her 2, foot on the line. But Ava Shockley with the long-range jumper gets on the board.
I love how inspired Shockley plays the game. She comes in as an instant Energizer bunny, and she's just all over the court trying to find ways to help her team, and she's been doing so tonight.
Wagner from the corner. Front iron no good. Long rebound. She got it down low. That was Mallory O'Brien. So good look by Wagner, and that'll send O'Brien to the line.
Cale Morris has to be pleased with what he's seeing from his team. And, in fact, in his second season, Morris isn't any stranger to having success. An all-conference player in the HCAC, down for the Franklin Grizzlies, and he was able to lead that team to their first regular season title in that conference back in 2020 since they were able to do so back in 2007. So he's going to definitely implement a spirit of winning, but those things definitely just take time.
Harness was there for the offensive rebound, couldn't get it. Into the hands of Wheelover. She'll try to break the press, and she does. Pocket 3, Shockley. Got it!
Bottoms. She learned from the previous mistake. Feet weren't behind the line, but that's still a good shot. It goes in, but this time cleared that three-point line and knocked it down.
Shockley with 2 nice long jumpers here. She's got a quick 5. That was off the side of the backboard. So the Cougars making a little dent here. Lead is 34. Here's Wilson trying to get through. That ball bothered by Harness. And it's going to stay with the Cougars. Now for more than 30 years, the Indy Card Exchange has been your trusted source for buying and selling trading cards of all kinds. And they are refining the game of professional grading with consultation services save you time and money. Go to IndyCardExchange.com for more information and to see how you can make money off of your collection. Down in the lane, Taylor Morgan got tripped up. It's going to go on Olivia Schroeder. Second team foul. The lead stays at 34. Cougars roll inbound. 45 seconds left here in the third. Nice look. Morgan lost it. There's Shockley. Wilson. Back iron no good. And a collective rebound. Swallowed in by Olivia Schroeder. So Harness still out there. Long three. Canned it.
It's the third time she's done that. Parking lot. Top of the arena. Just inside the volleyball line. That's all fair range for Allie Harness.
There's Wilson again in the lane. So she's getting there, Jared. Just can't finish it. But she got the steal. Fighting hard down on the ground. Just rolls it to Shockley. Good heads up. Shockley dishes it back out to Wilson. And just couldn't get anything going. But good hustle there by the Gophers. It'll close at a 37-point advantage. We'll take a break. We'll come to the fourth quarter on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Tonight's game brought to you by Ardente Dental. Offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with us for years, we're here to serve you. Give us a call at 765-654-7222 or visit us online at artdentedental.com. Ardente Dental. We bring smiles to life. And Carroll with another turn. There's a Cougar turnover. One-on-one basketball. Wilson, right hand, blocked, but that's going to be a foul on Wagner. And once again, Jared, Haley Wilson into the lane. She got fouled. She go to the free throw line.
If you were to quantify how they played this second half compared to the first half, 5-point first quarter, 4-point second quarter, and followed it up coming out of halftime with an 8-point third quarter. So a lot more positives in this second half for the Gophers and Coach Morris.
And Wilson gets that one. So good to see one go through. She was struggling a little bit from the stripe, but sees one goes in. So see if she can finish off the bottom half of the two-shot penalty. And she does.
It just took them a little bit to get going. Put that first half behind you and see what can happen in the second.
Long three ball, canned it. Lainey Johnson shot that from the rafters. Brought down the rain just like outside, and it went down for three.
As a football player, I don't know too much about basketball, only a little bit. But the little I do know is the higher you shoot the ball, the greater chance you have. Lainey Johnson has that down packed.
Good anticipation there by Haven Wilson to steal that long pass from Wagner. The Cougars, here's Shockley now. She's been dangerous here in the second half. Quick 5 points. 2 long jumpers. Ball knocked away. Now Wilson against Harness. She'll take her one-on-one. Beats her with the step and just couldn't finish. Swan. And she's going to go to the line, so that's Wheelover. So pretty impressive first step there by Hailey Wilson to get by Harness. Just couldn't finish the basketball, but Wheelover, the sophomore, to the line. See if she can get points 4 and 5.
Wilson was operating out of that in-and-out dribble, but she sold it with her eyes, which froze Harness, allowing her to get to the rim, and eventually that offensive possession leading to another trip to that free throw line.
Healthy Communities want to thank our friends of Clinton County, where they want you to know recovery is possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, please reach out to Healthy Communities at 659-6063 or at www.healthyclintoncounty.org to get access to resources that will help you get back on the road to recovery. 37-point advantage for the Carroll Cougars. Harness step back three, back iron, no good. Rebound by Emma Nash. Now into the forecourt, and she'll dish it off to Wilson. And she'll try this again. She'll hand it off to Shockley. Wilson cut off by Johnson. Now Wilson there, just turn around jumper and got it. So good 1-2 basketball by Shockley and Wilson. Wagner off her knee. And now up ahead, Shockley. Wheelover. Ooh, good block from behind. Allie Harness, I think, got a little upset from the last possession.
She's not afraid. She'll go get that rebound. She'll sprint back in transition defense, go up for the block. That's why she's so coveted on this Cougar team, because of everything that she brings to the table.
Here's Emma Nash. She'll get it back to Shockley. And that ball just thrown away into the hands of Harness. Johnson couldn't get it. Imagine your informational message being displayed in full color on charging stations in a public setting with a continuous flow of traffic. Our charging stations have the advertising impact of a highway billboard at a fraction of the cost. Deliver your message to a captive audience that is relaxed, receptive, and ready to respond. For more information, visit jmmarketinggroup.com and get plugged in today. Long three ball there. So to lead 37, and Jared's been hovering around this point, is that Carroll has pretty much played even with Clinton Prairie in the second half. You had mentioned it at halftime that Cale Morris just had to get his team together, get collected, try to keep this thing where it was, and they played some pretty decent basketball here in the second half.
But if you're the Cougars, you probably look at what you've given up in this second half and say, we actually pulled our defense back from a full court defense to a half court. So technically gifting them the ability to just bring the ball up, and that's where the Gophers have been able to take advantage. But at the end of the day, we can't overshadow what they've done in the second half, because they still have to go out and execute, and they've done that.
Here's Justice, left hand, real heavy. And that ball just kind of thrown up there, but still on the ground. We're going to have another scrum. We'll have another jump ball. At the Farmers Bank, we like helping everyone grow, from business owners running multi-million-dollar companies to first-timers just opening a savings account. We've drawn over 140 years of history to honor the principles of personal connection and individual attention that have been there since our founding in 1876. And that's why you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. This will be inbound on the baseline for the Cougars. Coming up on 2:30 left here in the fourth quarter. And that ball was knocked out right to Olivia Schroeder. She caught it and didn't realize she was on the baseline. And that's a turnover in favor of the Gophers. Here's Shockley. That's a deep three. Off the side of the backboard. On the ground again. We'll have a jump ball. It's O'Brien and Crabtree. Tanya Crabtree got tied up. So Tara Crabtree, a junior, enters the ball game. Number 41, softball player for Coach Brian Craig of the Gophers.
I think if we really wanted to, we could probably create some type of invitational that these two teams play in each and every year, called the Jump Ball Invitational. Originated right here on the ISC Sports Network based off of the amount of jump balls that we've seen. I mean, it's true.
I would really like to see that number of how many jump balls we have had in this ball game. this evening. So the Gophers inbound coming up on a minute. And there's a turnover picked up by O'Brien. Now we're the timeline. This ball ahead. And in the back foul. And Tillman will have a chance for the three-point play.
The old-fashioned way.
So she has 3.
A week ago, at one point, she was perfect from the field, 6 for 6. And it was all buckets like we just saw right there, right around the rim. The easiest bucket there is on the basketball court, and that's the layup.
So the lead is 40. Coming up on 45 seconds here. In game 1 of a doubleheader, we'll have the boys after this. Crabtree thought about it. They're just swinging the ball around. Natalie King got down the lane, and she got fouled. So Natalie King with a quick first step got down the lane and got fouled. And now she'll get a chance at the three-point play.
Good things happen when you keep swinging that ball around the perimeter, making that defense work, having to shift in their positioning on the court. Eventually, something's going to open up.
And she got it. And into the forecourt. And Schroeder over there. Well, Tillman. Now they'll just back it out. I thought Tillman was going to go in for another 2. But I think Brady Wiles is going to wrap this one up. That ball's knocked away. Can they get a shot up? It'll count if it goes. It does not. And that'll do it. So the Clinton Prairie Gophers will fall to 3-16. And the Carroll Cougars now 16-3. Both teams will decide their fate just in a couple weeks for the 49th annual IHSAA Girls State Tournament Pairing Show. That'll be January 21st, hosted by our own Greg Rakestraw and Bob Lovell, 5 p.m. And, well, Jared, pretty even game. I mean, as far as the Carroll Cougars, our player of the game, brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, Clinton County. And you really don't have to look any further. She did it on the offensive end, as she always does, but also on the defensive end. Number 2, this senior, headed to Western Michigan, Allie Harness.
And it's so easy to point to what Harness does as a scorer, and rightfully so. We're talking about she continuing to etch herself into the history books right here in the state of Indiana. But you couldn't just talk about Harness's game and not talk about the other things that she does. We always talk about the other people on your team, but it's the other things that Harness does in her game, and she just plays with such pep in her step. She always has her head up finding the open person. And then, to cap it all off, she sprints back on defense and plays with force down on the defensive end.
Tonight's game brought to you by Davis Comfort Solutions, providing residential and commercial HVAC installation, repair, and maintenance in Central Indiana. Dangan Funeral Home. Proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. Eagles, number 976. Frankfort Eagles, 976. They are people helping people. And by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Also by Mulberry Telecommunications and their Mintel Fiber Optic Services, offering the best gig in town, and the Farmers Bank. Let's grow. Tonight's final. It's the Carroll Cougars 62, Clinton Prairie Gophers 25. From a broadcast partner, Jared Thomas, I'm John Cupo. Special thanks to Elijah and Sam for all their help and our great camera crew here tonight. We'll come back for another one here on the ISC Sports Network. Game 2 coming up.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds. Big players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Oh! That's the finish. You get a layup, take it. And an